everybody. I wanted to start cataloging our process, what we've been going through the past couple of years. Well, actually the past year and a half. My husband was diagnosed with RA last year, and by the time he was diagnosed, it had affected his kidneys and his eyesight. He still can see. Don't get me wrong, but he also had done some pretty significant damage to his kidneys. So they had put him on medications, and he did not like those, so he only lasted a week on medications. If you are on medications, great, no judgment. We definitely don't judge at all. If it works for you, we're glad. But he wanted to go the natural route, and one day he might be on meds, but we want that to be our last resort, not our first. So he went on the elimination diet last year. And, he went on a liquid diet first, 21-day liquid diet. I had pancreatitis, so I was on a liquid diet, so he went on that with me. And then once we came off the liquid diet, we did the elimination diet, went straight into the elimination diet, and pretty much stripped everything out, and then slowly started adding everything back in. But as it turns out, our body was leading us towards the carnivore diet. We did go to a functional paths medicine doctor who tested his blood and did me too, and I'm O positive, he's A negative. That doctor wanted him to go on the blood type diet. Well, that was two different diets, two exact opposite diets, and we tried it, but all the things that he was supposed to be good for his blood type was giving him flares. And so on the blood type diet, we're slowly taking away stuff that it says he can have. And, it just turned out, it led us straight to carnivore. So we wasn't planning on doing carnivore, but it seemed like that's where, we ended up going. So we decided from that point, okay, let's ease into the carnivore. You never want to just say, okay, I'm starting tomorrow, because then you're going to have a lot of issues. Always ease into a diet. And so we took 2 months and slowly eased into it. We cut out all sugar, and then we cut out all, preservatives. And that pretty much wiped out almost everything. So after we cut out that, and got used to that, we cut out all bread. That was a little bit hard for us, I'm not going to lie. We cut that all out, and then we thought, okay, well, we're just going to stay on fruits and vegetables and meat with no preservatives, no sugar, no bread. Well, every time we made broccoli or green beans or any kind of vegetable with our meal, he had a flare. So his body was rejecting every single plant. I mean, everything, every vegetable. And he was even struggling with the fruits too. So we just decided, okay, we're just going to go straight on into carnivore. We're already almost there. We've already upped our meat intake. But the vitamins is why I'm making this video. Keep in mind that, before he was diagnosed, it had already affected his kidneys and his eyesight. And so the past year, while we've been tweaking his diet, we've also been tweaking his supplements. And so we're hoping that by going on carnivore, the longer we're on it, we'll be able to get rid of his supplements. I know some of them we probably can already get through, and, bear with me, we will get to that. There's a couple of them I know he can already dump, and he's planning on dumping them as soon as they're gone. There's no point in wasting them, and he's still feeling good. But some of these, he can't dump. He forgot to take his vitamins last night, and he had a flare. Now, he's only been on carnivore, strict carnivore, for 8 days. So I know it's going to take time. It might even take months. So we know this. But he forgot to take them last night, and he is having a day today for sure. He's struggling. So we know that we can't come off the supplements, but our goal is to come off. So I'm going to show you what he's taking, and I hope this helps you. If you are suffering from RA, especially if you have an A blood type, that is like the absolute worst. The doctor said if you have whether it's A positive or A negative, you're going to suffer the most on RA. So my heart goes out to anybody who has RA, first of all, and if you have it in an A type, it is just horrendous, and my heart goes out to you, and I hope that there's something that you find in your diet to help you out. First, he takes superfood mushroom blend. Y'all, this is no joke, okay? I bought this for him just as it was just something for him to see what he could do. Like, just to see. This was before we went, all of this was before carnivore diet, okay? So I got him this and I thought, let's just try it. I've heard so much about mushroom healing and all this stuff. I bought this for him, and y'all, no joke, the very first time he took it, he said it made him feel so good, and it took the pressure off of his joints. He did it first thing in the morning, and as you all know, if you have RA, you know that the mornings are your absolute worst. He took this he would go for this as soon as he got up. He boiled some water, and he made it like it was a cup of coffee. He put his scoop in, and I got him some collagen, and this brand right here, it seems to work very, very well. We've gone through several different types of collagen brands, and they didn't work. This one works. So it's Native Path collagen peptides. We got it off of Amazon, but I know you can actually order it directly from the site, and it'll be cheaper. I think it's like $120, but you get these giant bags of it or whatever, and it lasts forever. I think this one was like 25 or 30. So anyways, he puts a scoop of this and a scoop of this in a coffee cup, and then he boils water and pours it in there. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and say that it tastes good and he loves it, because he doesn't. He tolerates it. I guess when you're in so much pain, you'll do what you got to do. So I'm not going to lie to you and say that, ooh, it tastes good, and everybody is telling you, ooh, yay, it tastes good. No, it doesn't taste good. It's a bunch of mushrooms. So, take it for what it is. Add some cinnamon. I don't know. Do what you got to do. He just prefers to get in there, get it over. He just downs it real quick because he knows how he's going to feel afterwards, and he loves it. So I highly recommend these if you have RA or suffering from it, or any autoimmune. This is going to be great for you. Okay, and then his supplements. This has been a whole year's worth of making, because we've had to tweak and take out and add in. And every time he has some kind of a issue, I have to find a supplement for it. So he is taking OsteoBiflex. This too is a game changer. He started noticing right away the difference, because it has the glucosamine and the clondarin or whatever with Joint Shield. Y'all, he loves this. Okay, this is really works for him. Then he takes tart cherry extract. This is for the uric acid. So maybe I better start with the frankincense, and that'll tell you why he's taking this. So he's on frankincense. Okay, this is frankincense Boswellia serrata. It's spelled Serrata. Okay, serrata. There's 3 different frankincenses. There's Carteri, Serrata, and Sacra. Serrata is the one that gets rid of your arthritis. And yes, I said gets rid of it. We have gotten rid of arthritis. Now, that is arthritis. That is not rheumatoid arthritis. Okay, but what this did do is we rubbed this. Okay, when he first got diagnosed, we knew nothing about rheumatoid arthritis, and we didn't know anybody that had it, so we didn't know what we were dealing with. His fingers, the knuckles were big, and his fingers were going sideways. They were just every which way. They were just, I can't even make my fingers do what his were doing, but his knuckles were massive. I mean, massive, and he couldn't make a fist. Like I said, everything was going sideways. His fingers just looked, awful. And he didn't have it as bad as a lot of people do, but he had it really, really bad, y'all. So we got this frankincense, and we literally, I'll show you. We actually started putting it in a dropper, but he would put it like this across his fingers, right across his joints, and rub them in. He did it across both, and then just rubbed them in. And if he had joints down here that was hurting, or his knees or his toes, he just rubbed it in. And this is the part that is the hardest part. I had him do it every hour, every waking hour. And y'all, what the amazing thing that happened is all of this calcium that I thought we was going to have to get cut out. I thought he was going to have surgery on it because he couldn't bend his fingers hardly. And everybody says that that's what happens. It all started going away. And his fingers, they straightened out a little bit. They're still a little off to the side, but they're not, all of that calcium buildup, gone. Okay? But you know what happened to it? It went back into his body and raised his uric acid levels. So if you use this frankincense, which I highly recommend, because not only that, it will help with your pain, it helps with your swelling, it helps with so much. Use it. Don't be afraid to use it. Use it every hour. It's fantastic. If you do use that, You do have to have this. It's imperative that you have this tart cherry extract. This helps with your uric acid levels, okay? It's so important. If you start using this and you start seeing your calcium going away, it's going into your body and raising your uric acid levels. And if you don't get that under control, you're going to end up with stones. And he already had stones, so you can imagine what happened next. So his kidneys, which had already been damaged by the RA, really kicked up in a bad way, and he was throwing stones. He had, at one point, he had 2 10-millimeter stones hung up. He was just in so much pain. This tart cherry extract keeps your uric acid levels good. So this is so important. I think everybody should be on that. We got the magnesium citrate. We got that off of an RA Facebook page. Someone was telling us to try. His cramps were out of control. So we got this at the recommendation of Minnie, and it works great. This right here he takes, it's boswellia. It is another form of frankincense in a pill form. So he takes this, I believe, twice a day while still putting this on. It works well with the osteobioflex. And then he takes turmeric to help keep his inflammation in check. Y'all be careful with that. If you have kidney stones, you do not want to take too much of this, okay? Because it can have a reverse effect on it, okay? Just do what your body tells you to do. And what I mean by that is start with one, and then if it makes you feel good and you think you need another one in the evening, then take another one. But don't get crazy with this, okay? Because it's very powerful. And then there he's got a multi-mineral vitamin. This is just for overall health that he really loves. He started taking this. He noticed a big difference in his overall energy levels and clarity. So he loves this one. And then he also takes chancapedra. That is for his kidney stones. It just helps him to keep from forming more, I guess. So he's been taking that one for a couple of months, and he hasn't had any. He still has issues with his kidneys and his stones because they're full, and the RA really kind of messed up his kidneys from the beginning. So he's still got issues with that. But all of this stuff is stuff he doesn't want to be on. But, he takes it, and it helps him. It helps him get through the day. He's at work right now, even though he's in a flare. He's managing. His pains are good. He doesn't have to take pain pills. So there's so many things, and I'm going to start, y'all follow me, click follow. I'm going to start doing all kinds of videos on his progress of RA. I'll bring him in and let you see him and see how he's doing. Anything that I see that'll help you with your RA, I'm going to post a video on it. We're going through so much, and I'm doing so much research. There's no reason why I couldn't share it with you. So, as always, if you're going to take any supplements and you're on medications, please make sure that you check with some kind of healthcare professional or do your own research, because sometimes supplements can really interact with medications. This is what worked for him, but it took us a year to figure this out. So just take this with a grain of salt and know that this is what my husband does, and I hope that it helps you. But just please, please, please be careful if you're on medications, because like I said, it can really interact with whatever you're on. So anyways, y'all have a good day, and until my next video.